It's a part of life. Every single morning, our day starts, and there are so many things that could happen. I mean, the possibilities are endless of the different types of ways that my day can go. A lot of time, I have no control. I've been waiting forever to hear back from this job that I applied to last week. Do you think they'll hire me? Call me. Call me back. I hope that they do. Maybe another job will come along the way while I'm waiting for this job to respond to me. Yes, that's always possible. It could be better anyway. What major do I pick when I graduate high school? Do I have to? Maybe I won't go to college. Maybe I won't even get through high school. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'll be a plumber. No, I'll be a mechanic. Journalist. No, I'll go to school for this. No, I'll go to school for communications. I'll go to school for journalism. Criminal justice. I'll go to school for trade school. I'll just go to the military. The Army, the Navy. How many kids Marines? Will I have? 5, 6, 7, 1. If I'll ever recover from this sickness. The results were terrible, and I don't even know if I'm going to make it. They say I won't. New school, new relationship. Can I lose weight like this? I guess I could. How much traffic will there be this morning? So much work involved today. Where will I be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? Will I have a good retirement plan set in place? I don't know. I'm scared. No! I'm excited, baby! I can't wait to do this! I'm ready! Let's go! Alright, I'm not ready. Not even close. I'm all in. No. I can't. Let me think this through. Just wait a second. Wait, just give me a couple minutes to think about this. I need time to think. What if the jitters, the uncertainty, the nerve knows what would happen here? I feel like sometimes in life we face an unknown, and instead of journeying into it, we run away from it. It makes me stop and wonder how many incredible stories never came to be because people were afraid to travel into the unknown. If they had only knew it's in those moments of traveling into the unknown that the most mind-blowing events occur. Rugby Sevens is filled with unknown moments. Even in the final seconds of so many matches, you can't predict the outcome. It's unknown. But what do you do with it? Do you run away or give up because you aren't sure what's inside? Or do you keep moving forward into it with faith? I want to tell you an unknown story about a young team called the USA Rugby Collegiate All American Sevens and how they handled the unknown at the 2018 Rugby Town Sevens.
Currently on the stop.
Aaron Matthews to Carl Rogers. Ducky into the traffic. Big collision.
Zach Yarn, rewarded for his efforts. He'll score the ball.
That's a race away to Mongo's feet. It's next in the world.
Brilliant individual try by Marcus Kupawala.
They go to Noble, he loves to take it up himself. To Noble, beats 3 or 4, still going to Noble, putting on a show.
He's got to win the race, he puts it down. That's in the corner to finish things off for the Collegiate All American.
Collegiate All Americans are really showing what they can do. I think some of the other top teams will be looking and saying, this is a team we don't want to meet.
Also, what a development tool for Mike Friday, Eagle Sevens coach. All these young players coming through from the Collegiate All Americans and the USA Falcons. They're putting their hands up for potential spots on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Siren has sound in the back.
Excited yet? But before we can travel into the unknown game, You need to meet the players and hear about some of their unknown stories that got them up to this point.
From Atlantic City, New Jersey originally. Grew up there all my life. Moved to DC when I was like around 14. It was like my household was a domestically violent household, so my mom just up and left, and we got like family in DC, so we moved in with them, and then it was a good time in DC. It was like me, my mom, my brothers, and my aunt and her 3 children, and it was just like chaos in the house, but it was fun at the same time.
My name is DeMonte Noble. I go to Kutztown University, and right now I'm playing with the Collegiate All American 7s. My mom didn't really want me to play rugby because we weren't wearing any pads, you know what I mean? But growing up, like I said, I grew up in Texas. I was always like the smallest guy out of the guys that I hung out with. I always hung out with my brother.
I had a big family, I had a great childhood, like always playing outside with my friends and stuff. So that's probably where I get my skills from too. Yeah, my mom, like she works hard. Like that's where I probably learned everything from. Like, you know, like she's pretty young too. As a baby, my parents had me when I was young, so it's different parent-child dynamics. But as I gotten older, like I noticed, like dang, they really broke their back for me.
It was a club nationals last week, and I think the Bulldogs took that, and we walked over these dudes to get there.
I didn't start, but when I did start, Jahal, what happened? Go ahead and tell the people.
We won.
It don't end at college, man. We gotta tell them. It don't end at college.
Yeah. You ain't never beat us in 7. Shut up.
They don't end at college. College is this amount.
Our home tournament.
All right, let's go back to high school. We going back here.
Who's better, AIC or Kutztown?
AIC.
Hey, you know what that's
NDC better than both of them.
Hey,
we beat
you know-
them in 15s. We beat them in 15s.
I mean, there's times to be serious, but there's times where like it's just rugby, you know. It's just sports out there. Like let's all have fun together, you know. No beef, no drama. Just keep it cool and cordial.
You know what AIC stands for?
Almost in college. I've heard that a million times.
You already know.
Almost in college don't count when you get that degree. Had a nice little rivalry with Kutztown. Every time we played, it was a big game. We were just like, at one point we were like, every big school we would play, we just take it down and just try to put AIC on the map. And then finally we broke through and got to the CRCs. Didn't finish how we wanted to there, but just getting on the TV and like everybody from back home seeing AIC on TV and stuff, it was big for us. Then one year we went to nationals. We finished second at nationals. It was tough. We played St. Mary's in the final. That was when Aaron tore his ACL, so he was on the sideline watching us on. And we were so close to the final. We ended 5-7. Last play of the game, my boy Chris got held up, and we lost the scrum on the next play, and we lost that. It was tough, but like it was a lot of fun just experiencing all of that stuff.
St. Mary's, you know what it is. We got
They're pretty good.
God's a gal. 15, 7s, anything you wanted. 10s, 12, 13s, it don't matter. You know we got it. You know how we do.
Ain't that weed?
For sure.
Your auntie.
You did a lot of great things in that tournament. Are you going to show up on time this tournament?
Hey, it's not about the time. It's about the time on and off the field, all right? What we going to do off the field might be something different than we do on the field. Sometimes you show up a little late to get some extra sleep, but when you're on the field, that's go time all the time. We eat, all right? We pray, and then we eat again.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right.
You dig?
Hey, this is Rugby 7's magazine. We checking out.
I love football, but rugby is just more of a bond and brotherhood. There's no cliques, there's no separation between teams. In football, you got defense, you got offense, and like someone said a few days ago, if football in a football practice, if the offense got in a fight against the offense is going to help out the defense is going to help out, you know, stuff like that. And like, so there's just like kind of cliques, and in rugby it just, I kind of felt more connected to it.
That's pristine, baby.
Pristine.
That's beautiful. Well done, number 3s.
Look at that. Look at that.
Teamwork.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it around here.
I was born in Canberra, Australia. I lived there for a little while. I lived in Laos, in Vientiane, and in Manila in the Philippines as well. When I was about 11 or 12, played a rugby tournament 1 week at school, and I really enjoyed it. So then I said to Mum, "Okay, do you mind if I sign up to play on the weekends?" And she was pretty reluctant at first, but I had to call my dad and get him to convince her to let me play. I love playing sevens, and being able to represent something that's bigger than yourself is always a great honour. I mean, I know at school putting on the Lindenwood jersey and whatnot, it was a great feeling because you know that you're part of a collective and you're representing something that's bigger than just yourself. So I mean, playing for a country, so to speak, it's awesome. It's a great feeling, and being able to play with my friends and meet you guys on this tour has been just a great experience. So I can't wait to share the picture with you.
Face off.
Rugby is misunderstood at times. It's not just a game filled with angry people. It's a game with men and women that give back, that have excellent character, and invite everybody into their community. But at times, it's sorrowful.
I was born and raised in Alameda, California, which is in the Bay Area, kind of near Oakland. I was introduced to rugby at a fairly young age in Alameda. I was lucky enough to have my neighbor, actually, his name was Tommy Smith. He was a ex-Eagle, captained the Eagle 7 side. He would take me and his son out and a couple of neighborhood friends, and we'd play touch a couple times a week, and that's when I really started playing the game and fell in love with it. Then for Granite Bay, and it was the first year they actually had a team, so it was pretty good timing. My dad was actually very adamant on getting players from Granite Bay into college programs, so he would reach out to coaches, and one of the coaches who took a lot of interest in us was David Sitton at Arizona. 6 of us went out there for freshman year, but a week before we got to school, we got a message that Coach Sitton had passed away. He had a heart attack in the middle of the night. My dad's always told me that, when we start something, we finish it. We don't quit. So I said, I'll see out this first year, and I'll try to make the best of it and reevaluate in summer what I want to do. And that was when Coach Duffy got in contact with the program. Now he did a great job of creating a culture and more of a team feeling. And after the first year, I had no questions that I was going to go back for sure. My youngest brother, John, as soon as I committed, he was Arizona. He was in 6th or 7th grade, but he was like, "I'm coming, I'm going to play with you." Matt was kind of his own free spirit. We didn't know what he was going to do. And he did. He ended up committing, and I got to say, last season was probably the most fun I've had in my life, just getting to be on the field with both my little brothers at the same time. And when I was a freshman, I've always wanted to represent the Collegiate All Americans, and in the past when I haven't made it, I've taken it as a bit of a chip on my shoulder. I've used it to motivate me, and it's definitely something I think about when I'm training and working hard. So just to get the nod and get that email was incredibly an honor.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Back home in Iowa, we wrestled, so I always had this individual mentality, but rugby is a whole different category. It's really a family, because it takes all of us to win a game. It takes all of us to lose a game too. So there's no he did this. Nah, we messed up as a team, and we need to fix it as a team, or we ain't gonna fix nothing at all. So it's taught me how to come together and open up to people and just be part of a brotherhood.
Tops a good one to Marcel. Marcel cuts in, beats one. Marcel gets the Finn, turning for the line. Big deal. Marcel gets over yet again. The capped Eagle in for another score.
one of your boys make the long break and you got to support them, it's like, that's your brother breaking, so I got to get there, because if I don't get there, who will?
For a team to really, you know, create that vibe and create that, you know, that gel, it has to be off the field as well. So I think a lot of our time we spent off the field has really helped us combine as a team and really enjoy each other's company, which then transfers onto the field, and we do what we do.
Day one, we all got to the hotel way before the coaches, got a little bond in. It was fun. I mean, we always get to make fun of those people who obviously they know they're going to be made fun of. Christian, but you know.
We interrupt this documentary to give you story time with Roddy Wood.
Oh, I'll actually tell you a story. I'll actually tell you a story. Well, there was an Arkansas State player. I don't want to name any names. Got into it with one of the Linwood players in the game, and a brawl broke out. Not really so much just like breaking up of a fight, right? I look over, I'm like, yo, we need to break this up. And I'm trying to look at Zach because he's like the leader of their team. I'm trying to get him to like help break it up. And I see him over there in the corner, like in the middle of the field, like this, like, guys, stop, like, you know, kind of crying. Kind of crying a little bit. And so that's my experience with the fight. But I actually have another story for you. One time, it was actually in Club 7's Nationals. Me and Marcus were in the same room, right? It's 5:30 in the morning. I look over and I see like Marcus like at the edge of his bed, sleepwalking. I don't know why I squared up with him and started yelling at him. So he started yelling at me back, and we just started squaring up with each other at 5:30 in the morning, yelling, screaming at each other. And finally he like kind of like backed down and like got scared. And he's like, he woke up and realized, oh, he's like, it's Marcus. And we finally realized. I thought it was like a burglar or something. Yeah, Zach sometimes, no, on a serious note, Zach and Marcus have this beef with me right now because they try to do playground mode with me on Fortnite, and I had to get a couple kills on them. I took them out pretty bad, and they're just a little emotional about it. They're just kind of mad that I'm better than them at Fortnite.
He's got an endorsement deal here.
My name is I fill myself with Gatorade energy. I fill myself with Gatorade energy every day, so I can be the best athlete I can be. All pretty gross.
Yeah, he's the one that usually does it. He's just a bit embarrassed to do it in front of people. He did it all the time in New Orleans. We'd go out to Bourbon Street and he'd be wearing no shoes on outside.
Fiction. Don't listen to these two right here, all fiction.
Roddy's just beginning, doesn't have any wins, dude doesn't even know how to build, like, he needs help. He needs help. That's why I let him talk, because like, it's funny because he's just so bad, like.
So some help?
Like, I'm like probably going to help him out this week and just get him like teach him and some stuff. Get him watching some videos and stuff, just trying to help the kids out.
The fun was non-stop the entire week, but with only 12 spots available and 14 players to choose from, each player had to settle with that unknown and give everything they had in preparation mode for the game. Who do you think made the roster?
Okay, are you coming on or are you static? Right? Are you holding? Are you coming up? These are the things your teammate needs to know. Okay, so let's get beyond left and right. Are you flat? Are you deep? Are you still? Okay, are you waiting for him, right? Tell him what your approach is like. Let's get balls on the end and start from there.
Macy, what's important as defenders? Starts with C. Comms, right? So we've got to talk to each other. We're not really talking second and third, who's going where. So I'm going to repeat a lot of things, specific phrases, specific words, because I want them to get in your head early doors. And then we're in sync going forward. You know, with the select side, you're trying to get everyone on the same page, same terminology, same concepts very quickly. So you just have to really, it's about clarity. So from coach's perspective, it's being clear in what we communicate and then keeping it to a minimum. And so players understand their role at the breakdown, which obviously is the key part of the game. But so the mindset is really clarity and understanding, and then we can all work from there because we've got a common base.
So I reckon for that blue team, if we can sort that out, we'll be a lot better.
Just give us building blocks to build off. Win the day every day.
Like we said, the hardest thing is going to be the chemistry. All right, we got to gel quickly.
Hey, USA on 3, USA on me. 1, 2, 3.
USA!
Way to put me down, coach. Hey, to build somebody up, you got to put them down sometimes, you dig? Hey, we dogs, I'll never go down.
We dogs.
All right. Or you stay down.
You're like a chihuahua though.
Hey, where's our Pitbull at? I'm hey, Pitbull. Come on, we're talking about dogs over here. Come on, Pitbull.
Ready, roll?
He a real chihuahua. He like this.
You guys were saying that your shorts were too tight. Are your shorts too tight or your legs too big? I plead the fifth.
To get everybody to bond so quickly?
I think a lot of it can be accomplished through fun, you know, just a little bit here and a little bit there. You kind of have to balance like that aspect with the competitive environment, right? Because there are only 12 tournament spots for 14 students. So kind of getting them to break down some of those walls in some non-threatening ways can really help them get to know each other, be honest with each other about what they need as teammates. And
what you're gonna do is put your right hand in. Yeah. And you're gonna grab hands with somebody in the circle.
Oh.
Why you come all the way over here to
only one person?
But you can't grab next to you?
Oh yeah, you can't grab next to you.
Yeah.
I can't grab. Clasp hands with one guy next to you. We have even numbers, so we'll be fine. Okay, then your other hand, you gotta clasp hands with somebody, a different person.
Can you do that right here? Yeah, we're just unbind. Hey, you have to move your hands without. Who's left? You have to move your hands without. Let it go.
Everybody have two separate hands.
Stay connected.
Two separate hands. So now, guys, the idea is you're in one chain right now, and you're tangled up like headphones. Okay. All right. So you got to untangle your headphones.
Without
letting
go. Okay, look.
Without letting go.
Some of you guys gonna get.
Now over. Oh yeah, there you go. Through.
Go.
All of you going through. That's it.
Hey, let me get a bada boom, bada bing. That's under 10 minutes. That's under 10 minutes, guys. That's actually really good, right?
Macy was right about the players having fun to create that bond. But two players just couldn't seem to get along.
Have you ever heard of a totem pole? Made out of wood. You're at the bottom of it, I'm at the top. Totem
you're at the top?
Yeah,
you're at because you're tall. You're at the top.
Okay, Mr. I'll be Dwight Howard. I'll be Dwight Howard in a basketball game. You don't know anything about height if you think Dwight Howard's 6'4".
We use the F for different.
Maybe I'm not the same type of person as you.
Oh, I said he was selfish.
About what?
Just selfish. He's selfish. He never considered towards my feelings. You know? I don't get.
We did make up. We made up though. We made up. I served him a glass of water and he was fine.
He buttered my biscuit.
He's just being a little emotional. He's just a little emotional because like in this little relationship we have here, he's like.
He's controlling, possessive, obsessive. That's like the three devils. Oh, you don't want that.
I'm just more of like a man, you know. I'm hard, I'm gritty, I'm tough, and he's like really like emotional and needs emotional support. And I don't really give that to him sometimes. Like he thinks I'm selfish because I'll go talk to other friends and like be on my phone texting and stuff like that. And so he likes to complain and stuff. So that's why I just like I had to let him know like, hey, back off sometimes. You know, like I don't need this right now.
You hear this?
You know, and so,
it sounds like a one-sided story.
I've got a quick point I'd like to make.
Yep.
Coach Macy, Thomas Robles, can you come over here, please, very quickly? Coach Macy, Roddy, stay here. Do you think, and actually, Lindenwood, this is your coach, and your coach here, is he correctly attired? Or is that, that a fine? Is he wearing grey? Thomas Robles. Go to this man. Is he correctly attired?
No. Yeah, brother, wrong kid out today. How do I feel?
Letting your teammates down.
You know, my teammates are going to be able to find me on the field a little bit easier, but it's kind of an unfortunate ordeal, you know.
Scandalous behavior. Scandalous.
Scandalous, yeah. Going against the grain. It's not normally what I do, but it's where I found myself today.
How did we get here?
How did we get here? Getting ready really quick. That's how we got here.
Absolutely, he's fully empowered.
I'm cloudy.
So between the lack of attire and the shades and the haircut, I mean, I don't know what we're going to get out of him today, really.
It's truly amazing the culture that surrounds this team, and Josh Macy and Steve Lewis have a lot to do with it. They allow the guys to have fun, relax, and just enjoy the best game in the world and the game that they love so much. But when it comes time to flip that switch, head coaches Steve Lewis and Josh Macy mean business, and so do the boys.
This is a 1 minute drill. You need to be busting your balls, you need to be connected, you need to be louder, you need to be working harder. You should be dead as a doormat after this drill, after a minute defending. Right? It should be impossible. The whole point is to stress defenders. Right? We pass, we straighten people up, we use two hands, we pass. If you have to go behind someone, it's already too late. If you have to go over the top, you better score under the post or you're getting pulled. Okay? We are playing simple, effective rugby. We're not here to entertain, we're here to win.
Feeks has the cutback. Harley has the pocket. Right, JJ's cutting off everything on the inside. Do we see what we're after?
You guys are all here for a reason. You bring something to the table, whether it's your physicality, whether it's your step, whether it's your handling. Make sure the biggest thing we got to do in attack is manage our depth.
The thing in sevens right now is understanding your roles of breakdown. That's why we spend a lot of time on it. 4 scrums, 2 lineouts, 8 restarts, 40 rucks. Get the ruck right.
Preparations are coming to an end, and the unknown of which 12 players get selected are almost finalized. But before that happens, the boys have one final shot to prove themselves as one of the 12 by playing one of the top teams at Rugby Town Sevens in a scrimmage format.
They're scrimmaging against this pretty poor outfit. They're not very well bankrolled. They don't have too many stars. Something like Lion or Swan or Tiger. That's it. Tiger Rugby.
Never heard of them.
Tiger Rugby, one of the better organizations in American rugby. Paul Holmes, James Walker, both very good friends of mine.
Seeing what Josh and Steve need, I think the scrimmage tonight's going to show a lot on who's going to be playing where, who can hang at this level and the speed of the game. So, scrimmaging Tiger's always an opportunity, so should be a fun one this afternoon.
So one will remain an injury sub. If a tournament doctor rules somebody out of the rest of the tournament, that person will be able to take his place. The 14th, is just kind of hard out. But it's been a good camp so far. Like, we really don't have anything decided yet, and so we really want to see how these scrimmages go. Guys come alive at different times. You have guys who look great in drills, guys who look great in game situations, and then guys who look great when there's a different jersey across from them. So we're kind of waiting to see who puts their hand up and who's had the best body of work over the week.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I like the competition that we have, so I've had some good practices, some bad practices, so just trying to keep good practice today, this morning, and then really show out this scrimmage so I can get a spot on the 12.
Well, today's the last day. It's the last chance that all 14 guys get a chance to prove themselves, and unfortunately, there's going to be 2 guys that don't make it, but everybody's going to come out here ready to be prepared.
I know I've been giving it everything I've got, so at the end of the day, if I make a 12-man roster, and that's an opportunity to represent my country in a way that I've never done before, and otherwise, I'll be there to support these boys 100% all the way through.
Yeah, I'm always got to work.
I don't know, man. He distracted me. He distracted me, man. It's the last day before cuts, so you can expect a lot of contact in the non-contact drills for guys trying to prove themselves by smashing into the vulnerable non-contact drills, man.
This situation's your last chance to prove yourself, so I know you want to prove yourself. But remember, sometimes we look better within a system, playing to the system. So sometimes you feel if you want to beat everybody and beat 3-4 people, it's not going to happen and it's not going to help you. It's better to do what we've implemented all week, both defensively and offensively, so get into shape, defensively do what we talked about. We're looking to see people who will fit into the system that works best for the team, rather than an individual performance.
A lot of teams are starting to shoot on that first deep player, to keep the ball on the other side of the field. So if we follow our pass, like Jihad finds himself in that first receiver position all the time, if he can step back inside and we can play the bounce or play in that space, the box isn't coming up hard enough to cut off that channel.
Keep going, Dom! Work! 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 Switch! Look him out!
One thing for me, boys. Our feet is wet, boys. We got our first game under our belt. All right, it wasn't contact, but we did get our first game under our belt. That means tomorrow we progress from this. All right, we don't drop off. We continue to play.
Recovery too, man. Hey, USA on 3, USA on me. 1, 2, 3, USA.
He was full go, bro.
I mean, I was just having fun out there. I enjoyed the game, and hats off to the ref though, because those guys are on it all the time, man. They're always around, and they got to be on their game when they're calling the game like this.
Ball popped up, played well. Not a fan of the music. A couple of people stepped up, made selection a little bit more difficult tonight, to be honest. Okay, gents, let's get started. So, jersey presentation ceremonies, it's kind of an important thing for a team, particularly a representative team like this. So USA Rugby, Collegiate All American. So you are representing your country, as we discussed, is a pathway. So it should be a proud moment for you. What we're going to do here is I'm going to introduce our special guest, Perry Baker, who really needs no introduction. He'll then say a few words or whatever he'd like to talk about, and then we'll have a little Q&A session that perhaps Josh may lead.
Well, fellas, first of all, thanks for having me here at your jersey presentation. My name's Perry Baker. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida. And when I was first introduced to the game, I was actually playing basketball. And I played football, and in my position coach, I played wide receiver. He played for the local men club back in Daytona Beach, and he just kept saying to me, come play rugby, come play rugby. And he just kept telling me to come play. So I'm like, okay, I'll come out and check your training out one time. I never knew what it was. So I went out, and I fell in love with the game the first time I went out and played. It's definitely growing, and you guys are the next generation. So good job today, man. Thanks for having me.
Switch numbers. I'm just going to call the number. You're going to come up because you know your numbers. Perry's going to present you with your jersey. Dustin, the rugby influencer, is going to get a photograph, and we'll take it from there. So number 1.
I mean, it's always a big pill to swallow, but I mean, it's still an honor to be selected as a part of the 14-man squad, to be here among the top players in the nation. So, I mean, I'm just here to help support, help whatever the guys need, and we're still a part of the team. We're still a part of the championship when we win.
I'm happy to be here, happy to be around them. It's unfortunate because I wanted to play, so hopefully I can find my way on the field somehow this tournament, but, it is what it is. I'm just happy to be here, like I said.
And there you have it. The unknown phase of getting to know each other and picking the 12 has been finalized. The Collegiate All Americans team has been selected, and they will go into game day and continue in their journey of the unknown. The All-Americans are in Pool B with 5 total teams. The top 2 teams in their pool, as well as other pools, will move on to an 8-team knockout round showdown. The team comes in with more youth than any other team in the tournament, but they're fast, have a ton of endurance, and everything to play for.
First one is important, right? First game is always the banana skin. It's always the dodgy game. You've got to be switched on. It's about concentration, this first one. We start now. The week is over. It's game time. It's business. Right? Substitution policy. Right? You play 110% as long as you can play. If that's 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, or 12, then you give me the signal, right? If you need to come off or you want to come off. Do not stay on the field if you can't make the next tackle, because we've got 5 good players on the sideline, fit and ready to roll. We've got a bench here and we're going to use our bench, right? So you give it your best for however long you've got, 6, 8, 10 minutes. Sign, boom, fresh legs, all right? Some people will contribute for 14 minutes. Some of you are going to go 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes. Some of you will come on for 2 minutes and make an impact, and that's okay. Everyone has a different role this week. Embrace it. We don't know what it is yet, right? We don't know what it is yet. Starting lineup: Cam, Harley, Kyle, Roddy, Fixie, Aaron, Marcus. All ready?
Boys. Yes.
And then look at the bench. Look at the fucking bench. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right? Let's enjoy this. It starts with a performance. It starts with that defense. Starts with that intensity. Starts with that focus. Right? Starts with this warm up. Yeah. Right? Fixie, Harley, on you.
Hard work's done, eh? Let's have fun through this warm-up talk, and then let's get on the field and have some more fucking fun, eh? We've done the tough stuff, so now it's time to reap the benefits.
Yo, the only thing I really got to say is, like, the only difference between winners and losers is winners don't quit until they win. All right, we don't quit. Not this group, bro. They didn't complete it last year, and we're gonna complete it this year. I don't care how hard you have to go. Give it your fucking all. Let's go. Let's have a good warm up. Let's go. Switched on. Switched on.
Brothers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Brothers. Collegiate All Americans and the Sacramento Eagles.
And just score 2 like that. It was fun. It was fun. It was the first time we actually got to play together, a lot of us, and it was like, damn, you're good. We knew each other were good, but together we can work well together.
We've got to remember how we want to play though, right? We are not a big side, right? We are a fast side, we are a fit side. Don't get dragged into a boxing match with bigger teams, okay? Stay away from the middle of the field, be patient. We go sideline, 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 then we get the mismatch we want.
Hey, we gotta make a statement this game. Last game was a great game, but we didn't show anything special. Okay, let's show them why we're the best in the nation. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Family.
To the breakdown at the wrong angle, penalty to the All American. All Americans with their penalty. Chip and chase here.
We've played at about 70% so far. We haven't got anywhere near a peak. We haven't had to. This game's going to be a challenge. This is a better team, better players. We're going to have to up our game.
Hey, where everybody at, man?
Come on, man.
We here. We ready. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the dogs will take on anybody. Trying to eat. 3 dogs right here.
Trying to get us in the pound, but I had to escape.
I had to escape the pound.
Escape the pound, man.
You feel me?
Hey, it's just the calm before the storm, you dig? Big time plays make big time plays and big time games, all right?
That was a lot, bro.
Heard that.
defense. Today, easy. Tomorrow you're playing big boys. You've got to chop and top. You've got to get better at the defense or we're not going further in this tournament. All right? So let's be realistic. Pat yourself on the back and then think about how you tackle. Not good enough right now.
Hey, boys. He's right. Okay. This isn't going to be the type of people we play tomorrow. All right. Like Aaron always says, it's building blocks. Tomorrow's going to be building blocks. The people we play against. It's not going to be easy. So listen to that coach. We got to hit low, no matter what. I don't even care if you fall on your back. Hit them at the knees or grab them at the ankles. Okay.
Wait, lads, we've scored over 100 points, and we've conceded only 4 tries, boys. But fuck, we shouldn't have even conceded 4 tries. We are so much better than all the teams we've played, but the D's a bit dodgy. So tomorrow we're going to come out against Caymans at about 11 or 12 in the morning, 11:40. Let's keep those to 0 and let's put up another big score, eh?
One would think, after putting up 104 points on day 1 and only giving up 4 tries, that the Collegiate All Americans were walking nearly perfect through the unknown. But Coach Steve Lewis was unimpressed with the team's defense and expressed how it wouldn't be enough against the better teams. The boys responded in a big way, destroying Bermuda 40-0 and punching their ticket to the quarterfinals. Who they face? A team filled with Fijian gold Olympic medalist, Loma Veti.
We got to play hard, we got to play low, we got to play fast. The team's a lot bigger than us. They're not as fit as us. We got to get it to the edges, work them, tire them out, then put it through the middle and we're going to score. That's what we got to do. Each game's a building block, and I think that we're exactly where we need to be at this game.
We win it, we keep going. We lose it, we go down.
You know, last 20 minutes before a game kills me. But yeah, obviously we're knockout rugby now, so it's win or go home. Or it's not go home, but it's winning. Or you're playing for 5th, 6th, right? So there's an added element of pressure, I suppose. But you've got to manage that, right? You've got to, particularly as coaches, not project that onto them.
Good luck, y'all.
Let's go.
Straight away.
Good luck, boys.
This is the game. Everyone's best. Everyone's 100%. Okay? I've said this before in other teams, other places. Nothing's given to you. They're not going to give you a semi-final spot. You have to take it. Right? You take it with every tackle, with every pass, with every hustle. You've got to take it. Go out there and take it. Alright? Good luck.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Alright, control.
Being in that tunnel right before the game, lady push the flag up and you run out on the field, like, it brings goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, it's the best feeling. I can't even describe it.
What a breakout! Gideoni! Kalinga! Produces a magic coast-to-coast stop for the first try of the game. Belongs to Loma Veti. Gets it away. Kalinga, the short ball, Mothalinga there! Breaks it away! Sabaloni, Mothalinga. You've heard his name on the Sevens World Series, and he is a massive unit. The starter step to pop from Wheeler, gets off there! Wheeler for the corner! This man can play! They call him the pocket knife! Because he just stabs his way through! Side that can operate. Dominico, busting free. And here they go again. It's in, it's out, has kept the change. Talinga, yet again, try number 2. Gideoni, Talinga shows the youngsters how it's done.
To try best at the moment here, Dallin.
Half-time score, 19 points to 5, and it's Loma Veti Rugby Club leading against the Collegiate All Americans. Looking past, Muffin and Thuggy says thank you for the Christmas present, and he gets yet another. It may be early, but he'll take it. Here they go. Oh, what a pickup! To Brown, straight away. Determination and the speed of that man. 24-12 the score, 9 minutes gone. Feed the dummy, throws, Matito, kicks over the top and chases this one. The longest is in too, but Matito's too fast. He's got another try. Fulimoni, Matito. momentum. 29 points to 12. 10 minutes gone. And as you said, just too many players and too much firepower.
It's a part of life. Every single morning our day starts, and there are so many things that could happen. I mean, the possibilities are endless of the different types of ways that my day can go.
I don't really set goals. I just like go with the flow for real. Like this opportunity, I didn't think it would come. Like playing.
Rugby's my life now, you know, because I gave up football offers, you know, football, college football. I gave all that up, you know. So this is all I have left.
Without rugby, you know, I mean, if I didn't get a scholarship to Linwood, playing out just wouldn't have been afforded to attend. So that's been awesome. You know, it's opened doors academically, which have then led to this awesome 4.5 years and counting adventure that I've had here in the States.
I checked my emails and it was an email from Steve saying that I got selected for this year's Collegiate Sevens, and man, like, just smile on my face that day, like, cause I thought like sevens is tough. Like sevens is real tough and challenging because there's not as many players, and all the players that play sevens are athletic, fast, strong. So it's a whole nother game. And so the smile on my face just to finally get that chance, because that was something that I wanted as well, like getting the opportunity to wear this crest and play for my country.
It's been just a complete change in my life. Like I have no idea where I would be right now if I wasn't playing. I'd probably be sitting at some boring job that I don't want to do, you know, and kind of just working my way through, or yeah, you know, I don't know what I'd be doing, but I can guarantee I wouldn't be having as much fun as I'm having right now. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to play, take it as far as I can, you know, whatever's coming my way, I'm gonna take it.
Rugby has taught me a lot. As a person, it helps you grow as a player and as a person. So the coaches you have, the people you're surrounded by, it's all going to influence who you become and individually, and how you grow individually, and rugby helps you completely. Like, it's a mental game, and of course it's a physical game as people see like on the field, but it's all in your head, and it takes you to a dark place, a really, really dark place, and that helps you grow.
It's a little step, he goes in, he goes out. Electric beat from Devontae. Noble gets support on the outside. Robles is there. He cuts in. Robles does well. Stays in field. Support there from Maxell. They're out with Young. They let it across. The Mongoose will go himself. All Americans cut back. And it's that man, the Mongoose, that gets it done neck beats.
I'm loving the never say die attitude of these young men.
Making this one nicely. It was good thinking from the Mongoose, but they conceded a penalty just when they were looking to come back. Often a Fungy was there.
Time is up. Say again. We had 8 players on the field before the kick, so we will have a penalty at the halfway.
Penalty to the Collegiate All Americans. Too many numbers for Lombardy.
And drama continues. Young finds the Mongoose in open space, and here they go now. Robles, Thomas Robles, the man from Cal, cuts in. Robles near the line, gets the offload to Troy. It's Maxell. Dion Maxell's come good. A minute 30 to play. 29-22 to score.
Unbelievable. Collegiate All Americans capitalizing immediately.
Kick has been converted as well. 29-24. The All-Americans trail by 5. The crowd on the edge of their seats. And Steve Lewis and Josh Macy look on. 45 seconds to go. This kick-off. Back, knocked back, picked up, and then knocked back yet again. Wonderful stuff from Kabir. Wheeler has it for the All-Americans. Holly Wheeler. Wheeler steps. Wheeler's still going. Wheeler will do it himself. The pocket knife. No. He's let it slip.
Time is up.
He's cut his hand as he tried to put it down.
Time is up. Now he lets it go. See, that's where he needs to control that ball. Thank you. We have a knock on. Scrum green.
Good in their
Fine.
case. Sensational stuff, Talon. What a finish. Oh, it really is.
Early drive.
Oh, it's a penalty, and the All Americans early drive. Kabir at the track, not fine. Should be a penalty try. It's a score. Time is off now.
Time is off.
It's all happening.
Time is off. Back blue, please.
Frustrated, pushing and shoving coming in. Wow.
No kick. No kick.
Penalty try, automatic 7 points. That will put the Collegiate All Americans ahead by 2.
31-29 in the 14th minute. High drama here in the Cup quarterfinals at Infinity Park.
This has a turn of events like you've never seen in a game of sevens. Kabir goes
Seven
quickly.
green. No.
I can't stand it, Dalek.
2.
Can't have. There's still time left in this game. They're up 31-29. The Collegiate All Americans have to kick off. 6 players on the
We
field
have
for
15 seconds.
Loma VT
15
Rugby
seconds.
Club. Could go the distance here.
No, they think you don't have a conversion.
Conversion needed.
There's no
Mongoose
time.
wasn't sure.
No, you do not.
He wasn't sure of
Time
the
is
laws.
on.
No conversion needed for a penalty try. Automatic 7. Nick Feeks, the Mongoose, goes high. Gives a chance here for Loma VT to catch this and knock it back. Delinger looking to have a crack himself. Loma VT, go wide. Muffin Athangi scored 2 already. Keeps it up to Talinga. Talinga busts through a couple. Finds a short ball. Loma VT. Ball in hand. They're working numbers, working space. Here they go. The dummy is thrown in open space. Loma VT Rugby back on the inside. Talinga. One hand. Muffin Athangi. No! I don't believe it. Collegiate All Americans have won the most remarkable match I've seen in my career. Might have to agree with you there, Dallin. Unbelievable stuff. Edge of the seat. What a finish. The crowd love it. What a comeback.
Down to the last second, baby. Down to the last second. I told you that's
Ain't over till it's over, baby. Let's go.
Too easy, baby.
Ain't over till it's over, baby.
Hot boys, how's on there? Yeah, all of us, boys. Hot boys. Way to come in and bring the energy, boys. That's what it's all about.
Hey,
That's what it's all about.
Deep hole there, right? You dug yourself right back fucking under. That's character. That's not just talent, that's character. Self-belief. The bench came through, right? You stuck with it, right? You stuck with it and you pulled it out. That's one of the best games of sevens I've ever seen. I'm proud of every one of you.
I told you one would go down to the last second. It just happened.
Sevens rugby has been close to my heart for many years, well over 30 years, and in all the games that I've played and all the games that I've seen and commentated, this probably marks up one of the most exciting and thrilling finishes that I've ever seen. Most people in that game, you can write off one side at the end of it because it's, there's no way to come back. But the dramatic fashion in which the Collegiate All Americans scored those tries, the thrilling finish, I almost lost my voice. It was remarkable. You couldn't have scripted anything better. And if you put money down in those last 2 minutes, who's going to win? Nobody would have put money on the All Americans. So a really remarkable effort, and it's just stunning to watch. And these young players coming through, a lot of people didn't give them much of a chance against some of these well-known stars, and they're shining. They're rock stars, and that's a cool thing. The future is bright for rugby here in the States, and proud to be able to have at least my voice going mental and berserk as they score, so loving it. Champagne rugby. Shut the gates, keep the change. Love it.
I think the game of the weekend was still their quarterfinal match last night. If you talk to anybody, that comeback throughout the country, actually, not just the people here, everyone throughout the country is raving about their effort and their never say die attitude.
That quarterfinal was a phenomenal game, going against some Fiji international players, so it was going to be a test. The way they fought back was incredible, and the way they fought for each other was awesome.
It's probably the best game that we've ever won, or that I've ever won, and it was very satisfying for me, especially after having a shocker with that intercept pass that the boys got the job done.
It doesn't get any better than that. What a beautiful unknown. Rugby in America and the future of where it's headed is still pretty unknown. And it hasn't got the credit it deserves yet. But the spirit, sacrifice, and heart of these players and the authenticity and brotherhood they walk with makes me think the future is pretty bright. The Collegiate All Americans went on to win the bronze medal at the 2018 Rugby Town Sevens. But their rugby journeys continue on, and more stories are being told every single day. If you're in the unknown right now, there's nothing wrong with that. Life is all about the unknowns. And when we embrace them, exciting things start to happen. Dustin Rosen, Rugby Sevens Magazine, down to the last second.
There's so many other things I gotta do. I think that you should let it burn when the feeling ain't the same as your body don't want you. You gotta go, 'cause our body ain't jumping like it used to. Let it burn.
And that's what's called being in your feelings.
Gotta let it burn. Deep down, you know your best friend stuck with you. And it's tired of being with someone else, but you know that it's over. Let it burn. Let it burn.
That's it. Time to go.
Shit things that I'm supposed to. Got somebody here that I want you, 'cause the feeling ain't the same. And it doesn't work your name.
Hold on, little baby, sleep, little baby, sleep. Understand.
Do you feel my pain? It's the way I feel. I know I made a mistake, but it's too late. I know she ain't coming back. What I gotta do now to get my shot back?
I'm surprised.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do without my boo. You been gone for too long, and there's been a day. I'm still learning till you return. Nobody don't want you, 'cause you know how to go. 'Cause the party ain't jumping like it used to. Let it burn, let it burn. Gotta let it burn. You know it's best when it's stuck with you. Hate the thought of being with someone else, but you know that it's over. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Gotta let it burn. I'm twisted 'cause one side of me tell me that I need to move on. From the other side, I wanna break down and cry. Ooh, I'm twisted 'cause one side of me tell me that I need to move on. And the other side, I wanna break down and cry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, you feel me learning? So many days, I'm still learning to return.
And we just found the end to the documentary. That's how it is right there.